All right, man. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, brother.
How are you, bro? I haven't
Pretty
seen
good.
you. I feel like I haven't seen you in a week, and it's only been a few days.
Been a few days, yes,
So.
just a few days. Well, I'm anxious to get back to the news channel here.
Let's do that.
The turkey Gizzard.
The turkey Gizzard. So, well, let's talk about that. We're going to be doing this on Tuesdays. Try to make this a regular thing. So we'll call it the Tuesday Turkey Gizzard.
Right.
All right. So last week we had a few news stories that we want to kind of follow up on. You had a great message about on Sunday, living in the new world with an old soul. It was a great message, and you were talking about, that Oliver Anthony song, which isn't his real name, by the way.
No.
It's an ode to his grandfather.
Right.
But that Richmond, north of Richmond song, what in the world is going on in the media with that? Are they having a good response? What are they saying about it?
Well, the media that's been carrying false information for years.
Right, we know that.
I mean, that's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to take bits and pieces and make it racial or bias against a certain, somebody that's heavy like me, and that's not the truth about the matter. But what's exciting about this is there's so many of different nationalities, different political directions
Mm-hmm.
are coming together wanting to fix the problem, which it is a problem.
Right, and that's what I love about it is, he's turned down so many offers from Nashville and all that. And we talked about, I actually had a conversation yesterday with a group of guys, or my small group that I meet with, and we were talking about how he's turned down so many things, and he's trying his best to just stay humble in this and in good form.
Right.
He said, like, he just wrote this song to help himself, and he just threw it up on YouTube. He never expected to get this. I think he expected he would be happy if it got 300,000 views. It's got 10, 15, 20 times that. So good on him. But I love how the media always plays something. If it's grassroots, if it's true, if it's anything against the system, it's automatically racist.
Right.
Oh, it's this, it's that. And it's like it takes the words racist and like they have no meaning anymore. Like everything's right. If you just do anything, if I walk outside of my grass, it's racist now. It's crazy. So.
Well, you heard about the canine missing in Maryville.
Yeah. Again, I was talking to my buddy yesterday. My buddy over is a Blount County canine guy, and he was talking about this. So tell me what's going on more about it.
Well, they did locate.
Okay.
Apparently, from what I gathered
Right.
from the news, the officer let his dog out to do his business.
Okay, so
and just in the
one
field
of those,
there.
one of those German shepherds going
Right,
out in the field,
exactly.
letting him have his free time, right?
And there was a pack of coyotes.
Mm-hmm. Which is real bad here in town.
Exactly. And he took off after them.
Uh-oh.
Now, they never did give was a female in heat, was that the deal, or
Right.
what the deal was. But anyhow, it was missing.
Uh-oh.
And they looked, and people been looking, and they had the posters up and Facebook and everything looking for the canine. And they finally found it, located it. It's got some injuries, but it looks like it'll be through. But that being said, we all got dogs.
Right. All of us do.
And I've trained a bunch of dogs.
Right.
And I understand animal behavior about as much as anybody.
Right.
Because of my.
Well, your upbringing, your background.
Exactly.
So what's your take on this? Just listening to just what you're hearing. What do you think happened?
Well, I think it's a combination. I think that probably was a female in heat,
Mm-hmm.
and then it might have been just chase. But I think more likely than heat deal.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, coyotes do. That's where the coy dogs come in.
Right.
They do lure males in, and I don't know if it's male or female,
Right.
so I don't know that. But things that I do know is that they are going to prey on small animals,
Mm-hmm.
dogs, cats, and so you've got to be careful.
Right.
Put your dog on a leash. Be careful when you, especially in certain times.
Even the most well-trained dog, like this police canine, just it happens. It also bodes back to these coyotes are everywhere and they're tearing up everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you live, we live here in East Tennessee. I don't know where you guys live, but it's bad here. And a lot of people will get on to people like me, who I'm very much into trapping. I love that stuff, and say, oh, it's cruel, you're terrible, all that. And it's like, no, we have got to, as a society, in my opinion, figure out how we maintain these destructive animals, maintain a balance. Yes, I believe they're here for a reason, but we have to figure out how to maintain it. And I think trapping coyote, raccoon, possum trapping, things like that was actually what this country was built on, is trapping and fur trapping. That has gone away since the 80s. And we're reaping the things of that. We're seeing all those animals take issues with that. So that's where I see it.
Well, first of all, we have to realize that we are in their yard.
Right, exactly.
I mean, they were
They're here first.
Yeah, we moved in on them, and that's where a lot of individuals that have they live in the suburbs. They see their animals, so they want to feed them.
Oh, yep.
Well.
A cute little doggy.
Yeah. They want to feed the raccoons. They want to feed.
Yep.
They want to feed the possums. They want to feed this. They want to feed that. But what they're doing, they are causing a problem for the wildlife.
Yep.
Because let's say you take a mama skunk or a mama raccoon,
right,
and she got some babies, and you start feeding them and they come.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then what happens to mama? Where's the baby gonna learn?
Yep. Baby's not gonna learn how to live on its own.
Exactly.
Yep.
And if there's a disease in amongst them, then what's gonna happen?
Exactly.
And just like down home there was a bar right in the middle of downtown Greenback.
Oh my, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so it was running up Morganton Road, people taking pictures of it, and it was starving to death. Guess what's going to show up if you put out
bear stuff? Yep.
So you're doing a disservice, because number one, like the deer.
Yes, thank you.
The deer, when we put feeders out and we feed them, especially if they're eating out of one pot.
Right.
We got all these diseases in our state right now, and it's killing the herds by thousands.
Yep.
And it's causing a problem with our herd.
Right. Exactly.
And I was on board when we first, put deer in this area. In fact, when a deer won. Mm-hmm. And I walked those knobs down home and did a survey how many white oaks was in an area, how many red oaks in an area, and logged a map for us to get deer here.
Right. So you were one of the main points to get deer in this area.
Yeah, I was doing it because of my love of that.
Right. Because what had happened, I assume, is deer had been pushed out because of the industrialization of this area and the overhunting
in the mid-70s. We wanted deer hunt. We went to Central Peninsula, which is called Chuck Swan now.
Yeah. And
that's where we deer hunted. Catoosa, up in Cherokee National Forest. There was some deer, but as far as in this area here, they weren't.
Yeah, and now there's deer in downtown Maryville, buddy.
Exactly.
So and that's all because of what was done there. What we're saying here, and we're tying it back to the story, is you can't we need to let them live as much as they can and manage them. We don't need to be feeding these animals, and there's just a lot of issues with doing that.
Right.
So.
Well, I noticed, I seen this the other day, and of course about 7 years ago, I seen one run over on the 411 highway on the bridge down there next to the lake, but armadillos.
Oh my goodness, you saw an armadillo?
Well, that's 7 years ago.
Okay.
Well, they're being spotted pretty regular here now. And they're the only known carrier of epilepsy.
Yep.
So, and there's a lot of things disease-wise that you're causing. But when you say these are mine, this is mine, but they're not yours.
You talked about that with the turkey. They're not yours. It's public type of thing.
And there's been a lot of people went where you realize it or not.
Right.
Leather and to have them here for us to not only enjoy, but to fill our freezers with.
Yep.
To help feed our families
with. Absolutely. So a lot of things people went through to get deer here, and to get these beautiful animals back that my generation, we weren't born yet. We don't understand. So, but I agree. So let's go down to the next one. So what in the world is going on with these lobbyists and gun control? This seems to be just beating the drums every single year. Now, you and I have a different perspective on it. We are gun lovers, and the cool thing is you and I both on our free time have sold firearms before, so it's a pretty cool thing. So talk to me about what you've been seeing there.
Well, I know that you worked in a sporting goods store and sold firearms.
Yep, I did.
And I worked at Bass Pro and Academy. Did mostly archery, but I did firearms.
Right.
Because you get busy.
Yep.
Well, there's laws on books.
Right.
That you cannot purchase.
Are you saying you just can't walk into a gun store, throw down $500 and say, give me all guns?
Well, a couple instances. There's a thing called straw purchase.
Right.
That's buying a firearm for somebody else.
Right. That would be if I walked into a gun store or you met me in the parking lot and said, hey Travis, will you go buy me this AR-15? Here's $1,000. And I go into the gun store, fill out the background check, it's done on me, and then just give you the gun. That is a straw purchase. That is correct.
Right.
That's how that works. That is illegal. That is highly illegal.
Well, I know for a fact for myself. When I have an individual come in with their earpod, and they're talking on their phone, and they're wanting to look at a firearm, I hand them the firearm, and they looking at it, and then he had back and looked at this over here. I said, we're through today. And they said, why? Because I don't know who you're talking to on that phone, or if you're buying it for yourself. You come back when you can not
you can think.
You can not be on the phone, and I know who you're talking to.
Right.
So I've shut it down.
Yeah, and you have to. You have to as a good firearm salesman, as an FFL dealer. You have to.
I mean, that's the law.
Yep, that's law. That's exactly right.
And so I've had parents come in, and they will purchase for their children. You know, they're going to get a Christmas present.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about what that.
So the laws on that are a little bit different. So to purchase a rifle, you have to be 18 years old. So an 18-year-old can go purchase a hunting rifle, can purchase a shotgun, can purchase AR-15 all day long. That's fine. You know, they have to fill out a background check. They have to fill out their they have to go through, do all those things. Now, let's say you're purchasing a gun for, eat my biscuit, for little Johnny. Well, you technically can't give it to little Johnny. It's underneath you until he turns 18. So, you can let little Johnny hunt with it as long as you're there with him, etc., etc. You can let little Johnny shoot it, no problem. But it is not little Johnny's. It is your firearm.
Right.
So that's how that works. Let's say you want little Johnny to learn how to shoot a pistol. You can purchase a pistol And again, it is your pistol until little Johnny turns 21, and then you can give it to him. That's called grandfathering in guns. So that is legal. That is perfectly fine. But little Johnny cannot possess the said firearm. He can't possess by himself a rifle until he's 18 years old. He can't possess a handgun till he's 21 years old by himself. That's how that works. Now, I am not a lawyer. We are not giving legal advice by this. But we are not lawyers. We're not giving legal advice. We're just telling you how it is. So that is how that works.
Well, for instance, my firearms that I have, and I've got my will made up, and I pass away, then it would go to people that have it.
Right.
Now, those individuals, if they have a felony, can't receive that.
That's correct. That's correct. If you've got a felony, which a felony means over a year in jail, over 1 year in jail, you don't get guns no more. You don't. There's a lot of things you can't, but one of those big things is you don't get to purchase firearms. You don't get to keep firearms. That's how that works.
So, we talk about gun laws. Individuals that talk and there's not gun laws, I don't think they really know what laws we have. And so, that being said, we got plenty of gun laws. I mean, you have to be a resident of the state of Tennessee to buy a firearm in the state of Tennessee.
Absolutely. So you can't drive up from Florida. See, my brother-in-law is over in North Carolina. He came down. He locked a gun and wanted to purchase it. Well, guess what? He can't because he has a North Carolina driver's license. I can't purchase the gun for him because that would be a straw purchase. There's laws on the books, like you said. It's not just cash and carry. And whatever you think about that, you can't do it. So these people that say, you can just walk into a gun shop and buy a gun, you can just order a gun off the internet and get it shipped to your house. That's just baloney. That's BS. That is total crap. And I can't stand I just can't stand people lying about how gun laws work and all those things. So my thing is, we have gun laws on the books. It keeps responsible gun owners having guns. It keeps freedom-minded people having guns, and to be honest with you, it keeps, to the best of our knowledge, a lot of bad people from it. But at the same time, our government hasn't really helped out the mentally challenged or the mentally disturbed or whatnot. So tell us a little bit about what the state of Tennessee did with that. So you have some expertise in this that I don't.
Well, I worked when I got out of high school. You don't know what you're going to do, so a friend of mine worked up at Lakeshore and the state, mental institution in Knoxville on Lions View. And so that was back in mid-70s. And so I went to work up there. Now we had in that facility now in 2012 they closed all state facilities. Now, number one, they had it was Lowness Hall, there was Overlook, it was the
Peninsula?
No. This is over on Lions View in Knoxville, Lions View, North Shore, and they had about Cliffside, Peterson Hall. They had about 7 or 8 big hospital-like facilities, and they was packed full of people that had problems.
Right.
State people that that was mentally challenged, mentally ill. And then also had like 8 cottages down there that was for kids that had problems with alcohol, drugs, or mentally challenged. Well, somehow or another, in 2012, state of Tennessee, and if you look, not only the state of Tennessee, but all these states in the countryside, that we're going to close those facilities, and we're going to put the money other directions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where did all the flowers go? Where did all the people there go? Where you got a problem and something, where's it go?
Mm-hmm.
Because that was a state facility dealing with mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And so right now, though all those buildings and facilities there for state, we have a walking trail. They're really nice.
Yeah, it's really nice walking trail.
And you can ride a bicycle on it.
There you go.
And ball fields and all that.
But
all that was for people that had people that had mentally challenged or mentally problem, want to take suicides or whatever it was, mentally ill.
Right.
And now we want to know why we got problems. All the states did this.
Yep. That is
So,
definitely a big ingredient. That right there is a big ingredient in the cake of things.
Yeah, that's right. And a lot of people don't either want to talk about it
Right.
or understand that. Now all you got to do is get on your computer and pull it up and read it.
Yep.
It's right there. So they're lobbying right now to do stricter gun laws.
Mm-hmm.
And anything that you're dealing with, they took away the mental assistance.
Mm-hmm.
They took away that. They're not looking at the laws we have. I've had people that wasn't from around here. I couldn't understand what they was saying.
Right.
They was communicating one another, and they had one person that could talk that I could understand.
Mm-hmm.
And so they'd be talking back and forth. I had no idea. I said, guys, I can't sell this thing to you guys.
Yeah, I
I
can't.
don't know who's buying it. First of all, you got citizenship. I got to have some paperwork.
Right.
And then things go away. So you cannot just go out legally. Which now, illegally you can.
Yeah.
So what does it do? This laws that's on the books, who does it affect? The ones
that actually follow the laws, you and me.
Exactly.
Yep.
The ones that don't, guess what they're going to do?
They're gonna get a gun either way. Like the ones that want to get a gun are going to get a gun. That's always been the case. Right. They're always going to do that. So what you're doing with this is you're only hurting your people, your law-abiding citizens that want to hunt, want to fish, want to protect themselves, want to protect their families, and want to protect their country from a tyrannical government.
Right.
That's all you're affecting. Well, guys, next week I do want to drop some things on you. Next week, let's talk about some politics when it comes to, we're going to use the T word, the Trump campaign. So let's talk about the Trump stuff, Trump and DeSantis, kind of the big mashup there. I want to talk about that and future and all that, and then we'll come to you with some more local stories, and we'll try to throw some more fun stuff in there. So, but we wanted to be a little serious on this one and talk real with you guys. Steve, you have anything else, brother?
Well, I'm just saying that I'm hoping that we are educating some people.
Right.
People know that I kind of cut up a lot, but I have a serious side of me.
Absolutely, you do.
And I do like to have fun, but I also want people to be educated enough to know when somebody's lying to you.
Right.
You need to know the truth.
That's exactly right, and we're gonna tell you the truth, and that's what I would like for this to be is like, hey, this person's feeding you full of BS, and we're gonna give it to you straight.
Exactly.
So, all right, we love all of our subscribers. We're so thankful for everybody. I love you. If I haven't said it, but I do. I love you, Steve. Steve's a good one. He's been good to me. So, anyway.
Well, I appreciate that, and we love you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you guys to understand that what we say is we have opinion, but we also have facts to back our stuff up.
Absolutely.
And we're not just coming off the cuffs.
Right. We're not just throwing things out there.
So we love you. God bless you.
See y'all.